Previously, I've been releasing these interviews in groups of 3, but going forward, I'll be releasing them individually, one at a time. This is to make it a little easier going forward and to get them out there a little bit sooner. So, with no further ado, I hope you enjoy and I hope you learn something. We are just getting started here. We're not even halfway done. We're not even a quarter done. Anyways, stay tuned and seriously, stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. How is it going, sir? Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. I know we've been talking for a while. I'm glad you finally got around to be able to sit down for this. It really means a lot.
I appreciate it, man. Anything that I can do to spread the little word about Amazon or, good or bad.
Alrighty, well, I've got 22 questions for you. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get right into it. Number 1. Why did you initially apply at Amazon?
I just moved to a new state, and in the previous state that I was in, work was really hard to come by. It didn't really pay a whole bunch. And whenever I came here, they offered a really good price, and I couldn't say no coming from where I came from.
Would you mind telling us what your interview was like?
Which one? You want both of them?
Yeah, both of them. Everything you can.
Okay. So at the first DSP, I went to a trailer in the middle of, well, like a kind of like a construction area, but not really. And I just walked in with like 4 or 5 other people. It was really weird. It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest interview I've ever had. We went in, we talked about they talked about the company and this, that, and the other. Mostly about what they do, which is, obviously they just deliver Amazon packages. They made it a little bit more stringent than that. And they talked down on other DSPs, saying that they were the best in the building, which later on maybe we'll talk about why they weren't. But they had everybody do this this little it's kind of like an image. They had like this little thing that you went to on your phone, and it's like an image comparison. You have to look at it and look at the details between each of the 2 pictures, and then figure out which one's the picture that has a difference. I don't. Maybe they're just testing because they want to see like how good you are at finding little details, like with houses and stuff, because that can make a big difference. And then we did interviews with the owner, with the DSP owner, and then really weird. He just kind of leaned in and was like, "Hey, how about you go wait in your car and we'll come back out to you, get you an email." Like he had already decided who was going to be getting the job anyway, not based on their interview process. And it just so happened to be that everybody that was selected was male. The second one, I went to the actual Amazon station that I would be in, which is the same one that I'm currently in. And then it was a pretty basic interview. That one was way better. Just asking various questions about what I did in the past and how I could apply that to the job. Relatively basic interview especially in comparison to the first one.
Alright, that was very detailed. Thank you. That's what we're looking for.
I gotcha.
Has your experience been what was promised during the interviews?
At the first DSP, no, absolutely not. I already knew that they had like country routes, which is what I expected. I did not expect to have a small city that was damn near impossible to get some of the vans down on the roads. But for the most part, everything else was as expected. That you go in, you load out, you get your truck, you do your vehicle inspection, you go load it up, and then you head to your location. So in that sense, yeah, that was fine. But in the sense of what the routes would be like, it was a lie.
Alrighty. How have you been treated by your management?
At the first DSP, I was just treated like just another body. And at my second DSP, I'm getting treated a lot better. I actually literally just got promoted to trainer last week as of only being there I've only been with them for 2 months, and I was already able to get up to trainer. And my new DSP owner treats me, he treats everybody with equal respect. He's a great guy.
That sounds great. What kind of discipline have you faced, if you have faced any at all, that is?
And at the first DSP, I faced discipline for being overtime. Even though, like, I would call dispatch and request, hey, like, I'm not gonna get to the end of this route by the time 7 o'clock comes around, like, I'm gonna need some help. And they would keep on saying, oh, we got you, but nobody would ever show up. And then out of the blue, just nowhere, whenever I came back one night, the HR manager came up and he was like, hey, here's some paperwork. Here's the days that the violations were made on. Sign here. This is not. He said that it wouldn't affect me, but I mean, I literally got let go from them not too long afterwards, so I think that was a lie, but I've never faced any discipline here at my new DSP. They, like I said, they treat everybody super fairly, so they don't really like to issue paperwork unless it's like really bad, and I haven't done anything to hit that mark at my new DSP.
What is your day-to-day like on the job? Just average day when you go in and when you leave?
At my new DSP, and it's kind of the same way either at both of them, but at my new one, I come in, they give me my route, I'll go behind the counter and I'll look at my route and see where I am, just so that way I know how to plan my day out a little bit. I plan my day out a little bit more than other drivers would, and then I get my bag, I check to make sure all my equipment for the day is in the bag. Phone, charger, wire, cables, etc. I go out to the truck and I go ahead and do the vehicle inspection to make sure that the vehicle is in proper order to be on the road. And most of the time it is. If it's not, my new DSP, they will give me a new vehicle. Not a big deal. We go to loadout. Here recently, we wait. We've been waiting for the Amazon warehouse workers to get in, and they've been having a lot of walkouts recently, so they don't have the manpower to get these routes ready. So we go to the pad, we wait, and then we load up whenever everything's ready. And then after we load up and verify that everything is there, or at least everything is scanned, then we head out on the road to our first stop. At our first stop, what drivers should be doing is they should be sorting out at their first stop, like their first bag, just to make it a lot easier. You should be doing that regardless throughout the day. Every time you have a new bag, you go ahead and sort it. And after you sort out your first bag, you gotta sort out your overflow, so that way your overflow is in decent order for the day. And then for the rest of the day, you're just delivering the houses or businesses, or just doing your daily job of delivering Amazon packages. It's the actual job itself of delivering is super easy. There's nothing to it. It's just the amount of packages that we get. And then you do that for 9 hours a day. Go back to the station and then offload your totes for the day. Come back in, do your end of day paperwork, and then that's the end of the day.
What do you think would happen if you were to suggest starting a union?
If I suggested starting a union, my DSP owner would probably like take me to the side and talk to me, because that's the way that's the kind of guy that he is. He's not gonna be like, all right, get out of here. If Amazon overheard that, I would probably get pulled into an office by Amazon and get talked to about a union and why they're a bad idea.
Do you think you would face any retaliation if you ignored that advice?
I can't say yes or no because I'm not too positive, but I could probably take a wild guess that I would based on other people's experiences.
Has Amazon made any promises for things that you find critical about it to improve or get better in any way?
For DSPs, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to say no. Not that I can really see as like a good thing.
Do you have a good relationship with your coworkers?
Absolutely. Yeah. I have an amazing relationship with my coworkers. In fact, it's getting so good we're going out to shoot pool on Sunday. So yeah, I think it's a really good one.
If you were to injure yourself at work, how do you expect Amazon would handle it?
I haven't been injured at work, but I was having, what is it? I had to go get an organ removed because, well, it was attempting to kill me. So I called my boss. The pain wasn't really that bad. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just figured it was just like gas or whatever kind of pain. But I called my dispatch and I was like, hey, can I get somebody out here to help me? And they said, yeah, whenever we get somebody off, we'll go ahead and send them your way to help you out. And it did get so bad to one point where they did ask me if I wanted to return to station, and I was just like, no, I like to get my job done. That's just me as a person. That's not based on any of their stuff. And then they handle it very well. Amazon themselves had nothing to do with that.
If you were to ask for a raise, how do you expect Amazon will respond or handle that?
As a driver for a DSP, no. You're not getting a raise unless you move up in the company and you move up to trainer, dispatcher, ops, what have you, any of the other positions. If you're a driver asking for a raise, it ain't happening.
What was your best day on the job like?
Recently, getting trainer because I'm completely for 2 days out of the week on a regular basis here recently. For 2 days out of the week, I just sit there and talk about the job with a new person, and then the next day I just ride around with them and make sure that they're doing everything properly, and they usually are. And so that was the best day, was becoming a trainer.
What was the worst day on the job like?
Worst day on the job is being out here in the heat and them having pretty much every day. They have this thing where we have to turn off our vehicles at every stop now, and currently it's the heat indexes here are stupid high, and they claim that they reduce the stop count, but in reality they're not changing anything. So we're still sitting out here doing 180, 190, 200 stops a day, having to deal with the heat. You have to turn your vehicle off, turn it back on. It only takes you like a minute to deliver a package normally, so having to turn the vehicle off, turn it back on, it resets the AC system, and if you continuously do that, you're not going to be circulating any cold air in the vehicle. You don't get anything. You just get heat, and in those fans it gets super hot. So here recently, it's been every day.
If there was an active tornado in the area, how do you expect Amazon will respond?
They already have. I can actually tell you what happened. And it's exactly what I expected. After the incident in Illinois, I think. So we were here delivering, and there was a tornado that happened. Not even nowhere near our delivery area. It was up near Station, which is about 30 minutes away. And Amazon literally posted to our Flex app. It stopped everything that we were doing, and it said, "Get to cover. There's a tornado in your area." So they reacted how I expected them to react after the Illinois incident. But if it was before then, I couldn't tell you honestly.
Do you feel safe at
Generally speaking, yeah, most of the time, yeah, I do feel a little bit safe, but um, with with everything that they're having done, like the turning off vehicles, the long days out here in the heat, and what else? The timings that we're getting out of station right now because we come out during peak hours. I don't think it's been very safe now.
Are there identities that you think might be treated differently at Amazon compared to other identities?
I can't be like 100% certain on that because I'm not really at the station long enough to really see, but our station and area is a mass majority of minority workers, and let's see, has there been not that I could really tell from working on a day-to-day basis.
If you were to stay at Amazon, where do you see yourself within the company in about 10 years?
If I stayed with my DSP for 10 years, I would be hopefully I would be a lot higher than right there on the front line with dispatch and stuff like that.
Do you feel you are fairly compensated for the labor that you provide for Amazon?
No, absolutely not. Currently as a trainer, I make $17 an hour, and that's a 50-cent raise from $16.50. But no, I think a fair wage for Amazon drivers would be anywhere from $20 to $25 an hour.
Yeah, I saw $16.50 is what they were hiring for around here, so that checks out pretty good.
Yeah, that's the starting for every DSP. It changes from city to city, I think.
If you were to test positive for COVID-19, what is Amazon's procedure?
Stay home. I already did that, and well, actually, so let me explain this just a little bit because that might help out your little study a little bit. So I was out in the field, and I was out in the field delivering, and I got a call from my lady, and she said that my roommate had tested positive for COVID-19. And being around my roommate a whole bunch, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call dispatch and see what they're gonna do. And dispatch said, well, are you feeling anything right now? This was at my previous DSP. I haven't had COVID at my new DSP, thankfully. But they told me, hey, are you feeling anything? Do you feel sick? And I was just like, well, I mean, I've kind of been feeling a little bit under the weather, but I didn't think it would be that. Didn't feel like that. It did end up being that, but they told me to finish up my route, and that was like at the start of my day too. So I went a whole route, touching boxes and whatnot, and possibly spreading that to, I don't know, like 200 people.
What is the aspect that you like the most about Amazon?
Well, as a driver, I like delivering. It's a very great entry level into delivering. It is very physical work, so if you're out of shape like I was whenever I started the job, you will get in shape. There is no you might get in shape. You are going to get in shape. It is excellent for if you want to get fit. It's excellent if you are fit. It's excellent if you don't mind being outside all the time. It's excellent if you like driving. If you like being alone by yourself most of the day, excellent. I mean, I drive around and I'll like throw in a podcast or I'll listen to music. You know, it's the small things that really add up that make the job a lot better in the end.
What is the aspect that you like the least about Amazon?
Stop count. I hate stop count. And group stops. Here recently, I've been like they'll give me like 150 stops, and then after like I count up my group stops, and after I count up my group stops for the day, it's usually around the range of 190 to 200. And I mean, it like I said, it's hot. It's like I'm over here drinking 10 bottles of water per shift. It's so fucking hot, and I'll be sitting there in the heat, just pouring sweat. AC won't turn on. Well, it's not that it won't turn on. They didn't really have time to engage. The seats are getting super nasty. The vehicle's smelling nasty. The boxes are occasionally like busted up and heavy, and everybody wants their stuff delivered, so you gotta deliver it anyway. And Amazon will they grade you on customer reports as of recent. So if I deliver a box that's damaged and they report that it's damaged, I'm taking the hit for it, not somebody at the warehouse.
Is there anything else you want to talk about regarding Amazon and your experience there? Anything at all? The floor is yours.
There's probably a lot I could talk about. Not that I could really like pull a whole bunch together right now, but I think one of the biggest things is this company could definitely have a lot of room for fixing their issues if they actually listen to drivers, and particularly, obviously I don't work with warehouse workers, so I don't know what's going on in there, but as a driver, I think that if they literally just like actually listen heart to heart with their drivers, they could probably go very far. There's a lot of issues that that they need to address. Group stops, stop count, especially during the heat, vehicle temperatures, upgrading their vehicles because the vans are honestly not built for the job. They are absolutely garbage. How to get better routing altogether. Seriously, the routing is god awful. It makes no actual logic sense, and well, you can't have logistics without logic. So they have definitely failed the community in that point. But the biggest thing is like they got to keep on upgrading, because if they're supposed to be the top dog in the game, they are the top dog in the game. But if they're going to hold top dog, they have to upgrade and listen to the people that actually are in the front line.
All right, that makes sense. Is there anything else you want to discuss or get off your chest?
No, not really. Not in the moment, no.
Alright, well, thank you very much for your time. I've really enjoyed talking to you. I'm sorry if I sound like a drone just asking you question after question. I'm just trying to get through them all, make sure that you feel comfortable answering them all. Is there anything you wanted to say earlier, but maybe I cut you off a little too fast? I feel like I might have done that a little bit.
No, everything's been coming out pretty clear so far, so I think we're good. I don't think you cut me off at any point where I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna keep on going. You're good.
Alright, well, thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you know how this turns out.